First and foremost, hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whatever time it is, it's time for you to watch me. So anyway, a lot of people have been asking me, like, what type of editing software do I use? And by a lot of people, I mean one, maybe two. That's about it. But anyways, to answer that question, one must answer with a question. Okay, there's no other question. It's DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is what I use for all of my editing, everything. I use it for my editing. That's all there is to it. And if you don't know what DaVinci Resolve is, it's a free / paid software from Blackmagic Design. And it's meant for editing either video, audio, or other stuff. If you don't know who Blackmagic Design is a company that's really well known for their color grading and for their audio stuff. They're not small, which is kind of astonishing when you think about the fact that DaVinci Resolve is free. It's an extremely powerful software that is insanely cheap, i.e. free. So I'm gonna go through and tell you just like 3 reasons why I use it. So number 1, I use it because it's very free. That's probably the biggest reason. It's free. It's not a monthly subscription. The base program, which is it pretty much is like 80% of the functionality, is free. And whenever you want to upgrade, it's $295 paid once perpetually. It's a perpetual license. With that, it really just includes a few different AI kind of tools that you can use for stuff like getting rid of the noise in video whenever it's in very low light. This is compared to something along the lines of the Adobe Creative Cloud, which, I mean, for the whole Creative Cloud, it's what, $60 a month? I'm not even gonna do the math. That's a lot of math that I don't wanna do. It's over a couple grand, and I don't like that. I like being cheap. I like being cheap because it's just who I am. So number 2, it's the color grading. So one thing that I've been really into lately is learning how to color grade and learning how color grading works. And the best software, in my opinion, to do that is DaVinci Resolve. Even with the free version, it's an extremely powerful just set of tools that you can get the perfect color out of, or you can add any corrective LUTs like leaning LUT or any sort of stylized LUT that you would get from somewhere like Motion Array or anything like that. Not sponsored by Motion Array, but would really like to, so holler at me. Not the biggest reason, but one of the best reasons. It's one program to rule them all. One program to bind them. Or find them. I forgot how it is. For this one program, DaVinci Resolve, there are 3 equivalents in the Adobe sphere. So you would have something like Fusion. Fusion is just a super powerful graphic design, graphic animations kind of thing. It's a graphic design software. The equivalent to that would be Adobe After Effects, which is part of the Creative Cloud suite, which is expensive, like I said before. So with that, you have other portions like the Fairlight page. The Fairlight page in DaVinci is equivalent to the whole of Adobe Audition. So all of the fine tuning for the stuff in DaVinci Resolve that you can just do on the Fairlight tab, pretty much just export it to a different program, open the program, edit it, and then bring it back. I mean, mind you, there are still ways that you can do it and just open it and it kind of like links together. It's really cool, but I'd rather just keep it in one little neat package. I need DaVinci Resolve. Needless to say that there are still some downfalls when it comes to DaVinci. One of which is the user base isn't as, I guess, matured as the Adobes. That's my kitty cat. Basically what it is, there is tons of templates, tons of tools, tons of just everything for the Adobe sphere, the Adobe After Effects, Premiere, everything like that. But it hasn't grown that big in DaVinci. There are still tons of people like Mr. Alex Tech and Patrick Sterling that are creating all of these really cool tools and really cool templates that would help with it, but it's not as big yet. I mean, I'm saying yet because it's gonna be big. You watch, you listen, you watch, you listen to me. It's gonna be big. I mean, personally, that's not the that's literally it for me. Now, I realize that when it comes down to it, it's a lot of preference. And when it comes down to it, it's a lot of preference. So I prefer DaVinci Resolve. A lot of other people prefer other stuff like Hit Film or Final Cut or stuff like that. But for me, I enjoy DaVinci Resolve because it's what I've been learning on. I'm not going to knock anybody for wanting to use those other programs, you know? But yeah, now comes the time, the most important time of the video. This video is not brought to you by anybody, but hey, if you want to, you can hit that subscribe button, you can hit the like button, you hit the notification bell, and guess what that does? That helps me grow. And helping me grow is priceless. You can't put a dollar amount on that. On that note, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.